Hey guys, this is Carrie, and in advisory today, you're going to be working on a really important project, which is to write your resume. So the reason why we're focusing on resumes right now is in March, your teacher and your advisors are going to be letting you know about a bunch of summer job opportunities that you might be interested in applying for. And so in order to apply for those jobs, it's highly likely that you'll need to send them something called a resume. So a resume is a short, one page usually, or at most one page front and back, but likely for you probably one page, one side only, document describing your qualifications, your experience, the awards that you've won, and kind of introducing yourself to the company in the best possible light that you can. So here's an example resume, what it might look like, but I think the resumes that we're going to be making today will actually look a lot better even. So let's close this one down. So to make your resume, you've been emailed by your advisor a link to Google Docs. So you go to your Google Docs, and you're going to be making a document, but rather than start from scratch with a blank document, if you click this button up here, Template Gallery, it will show you a whole bunch of pre-constructed templates that you can add your information to. So we're not doing any of these. We're not writing a letter. What we're doing is we're writing a resume. So scroll down to the resume section. You've got your choice of 5 templates here, and I'd looked through these a bit before the video. My favorite of the templates was the Resume Swiss one, so I'm going to click that. So once you click it, it should generate a new document of this format for you to edit. So the first thing that you want to do is a resume should be up to date with your most recent work. And sometimes hard to remember when the last time you updated your resume was. So make sure you change the title of your resume to resume dash today's date 3/11/7/2019. And that way you'll know if you're applying for a job 3 months from now that that resume is likely out of date with the work you want to include on it. So Google Docs has kind of made this as easy as possible for us to do. So you're just going to be filling out this information using the information that the information that applies to you. So for your name, you'll put your name. For creative director here, this would be what position you were looking for or what position you currently have. Now for you as a student, you might just want to put student, and that would be okay. If you're applying for a specific job or you had specific job experience related to a job, you could talk about that. So say you were applying for a production job and you had done some editing for production class, you could say editor or film editor right here. Next, you want to put your name again, you want to put your address, your phone number, and your email address. And it's really important to include your phone number and your email address because if a company is interested in hiring you, they're going to look directly to your resume for the easiest way to contact you. So make sure that these are correct. For skills, they've just put some random text here. But as a high schooler, skills are going to be one of the most important sections of your resume. And the reason that I say that is you might not have as much experience as an adult applying for a job, so your experience section might be smaller. As well, your education section, because you don't have a college degree or a master's degree, might also be smaller. So the way that you're going to stand out to employers is you're going to stand out via the skills that you have. So if you're thinking about some of your skills as a high schooler, you might be a little bit lost. I remember being in high school and feeling pretty lost as well. What skills do I have? If you've learned any skills from your English class about using Google Docs, that is a huge skill for many jobs. So you can use proficiency at using Google Docs. If you worked on a project for your film class and you developed proficiency using a camera or some editing software, you can list that as some of your skills too. So I'm not sure exactly what you use in production, but maybe something like Final Cut Pro. Let's see, so skills. I have successfully edited edited a 1 hour film using Final Cut Pro. You can list out some of the skills and tools that you're proficient at using. For experience, this skill section should be a little bit longer. You should list all of your skills that pertain to the job you're applying to. For experience, you might not even think about a lot of the experiences you've had as experience, but many of you at our school are more experienced than the average 10th grader due to the work you've done in production. So if you don't have a company name, you can say something like Academy for Careers in Television and Film. And you could, sorry, you want to make sure that you don't make any grammar mistakes in this because this is your first introduction to the company. And you can list your job title as I don't know, student editor for film, and you can discuss specifically what projects you've edited for or what projects you've worked on. Perhaps outside of school, you've done some babysitting for your family. You don't have to say that it was babysitting for your family. You could say babysitting. And then you could describe what age ranges you've babysat for. Perhaps you've done some other work around your house or at school. Tutoring, that can be a great thing to list here. Community service, maybe you've served food in a soup kitchen. This all counts as experience. And I think what you're going to be trying to highlight here is your maturity, as well as kind of the job experience that you've had before to let the company know that you're a professional. Next up for education, you're likely going to just be including your high school here. You probably won't include accomplishments from your middle school. So you'll do Academy for Careers in Television and Film. And you can put that instead of a degree, you're a current 10th grader. You can list the dates that you've attended our school, and then you can also put anything else here that you might want to include. So if you have a film major, like you will next year, you could include that right here. Next up, you would probably delete this extra section since you don't have a second school. And for formatting, you can just drag the second section up, this next section up a little bit higher to fill in that blank space. So you're using this drag tab to move this around. For awards, you may have won some awards at school. So things like academic achievement in physics or whatever, in living environment. You might be on track to win or to get an advanced regents diploma. So you can put on track to earn an advanced regents diploma, and then perhaps you've won some awards outside of school. So maybe if you participated in a production contest, you won something like that. Maybe you've won awards for sports accomplishments. Maybe you've won awards for a variety of things, and you want to include all of those in your awards. All right, so this is a basic version of the resume. Your skills are going to be different, your experience is going to be different, and your awards are going to be different. But it's the kind of document that you can feel very happy in turning over to an employer or potential employer because it will highlight your strengths and let them know that you're a qualified candidate for the position. Lastly, to print this out, you might be wondering, well, how do I actually turn this into my employer? You can print it from here. If you need to send an online copy, what you can do is you can press File, Download As a PDF, and now you'll have a PDF on your computer that you can email to your potential employers just through your regular Gmail. The last thing that I should highlight here is because your resume is your first chance to make an impression with a potential employer, you want to make sure that you don't have any grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes. So after you're done with your resume today, you can have one of your peers in the class or your teacher take a look through the resume and make sure that it looks the way it should and that you're ready to apply for your first job. Good luck getting your resume done and good luck with getting a position for this summer. Bye.